How is everyone doing today? I'm so glad that you could join me here. My name is John Hester, and I am a personal trainer and health coach based in Kingston, New York. And I am deeply passionate about encouraging and working with those who are motivated to improve their health and lifestyle choices. And that is what I'm going to be doing in this month's webinar called Make This Holiday Season the Healthiest Yet. So I'm glad that you could join me. Together, we will explore various strategies that will help you eat well, move well, and think well during this holiday season. So, I'm going to be giving lots of information that's going to help you today. All right, and if you have any questions after you have sat through this webinar, feel free to ask me any questions that you have, and I'll have my contact information at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I want to begin with the current state of affairs because all of us are in the same boat right now. The holidays are now upon us, and there's nothing we can do to stop this from happening, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But think back to your childhood. Holidays were always filled with joy and excitement and fun, um, but that tends to change when we go into adulthood. There was a survey conducted by Consumer Reports National Research Center where they asked people what they dread most about the holiday season, and the results are, well, they're exactly what you would expect. 68% um, said that they dreaded crowds and long lines. We especially see that at Walmart. 37% said gaining weight. Another 37% said getting into debt. 28% said gift shopping. 25% said traveling. 24% said seeing certain relatives. 16% said having to attend holiday parties or events. 15% said having to be nice, and I'm assuming this means being nice to people who you don't like. And 12% said holiday tipping. But what about the joy associated with all of this negativity? Is it possible to make all of the above fun and filled with health? Maybe I'm too idealistic, but at the same time, I do believe it is possible to maintain our health and remain stress free during this time of year, which is why I'm doing this webinar. All right, so I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I'll give you a few moments just to ponder those answers. Also, feel free to write down your answers and send them to me if you wish. And this is going to be geared towards helping you come up with goals to get you through the holiday season. So here are the questions. I want you to think about um, your ideal holiday season as you ponder these questions. Who would you spend time with? What foods would you eat? What presents would you purchase? What gifts would you receive? Where would you be located? And how would you define this holiday season as successful? All right, so just think about those questions and write down the answers if you wish for your ideal holiday season. All right, so now we're going to segue into several different strategies and also a handful of wonderful recipes that you can try this holiday season to make it as ideal as possible. Um, but I need one commitment from you. Don't let this be a jacuzzi experience. What I mean by that is jacuzzis feel great, but they don't offer much value. No one is changing their life because they sat in a hot tub for 45 minutes. The only way to make this time impactful is if you truly commit to taking action this holiday season. So I want you to commit to taking at least one of the things, one of the strategies that I'm sharing tonight and putting that into practice. So let's begin with the first one, which is to be aware. Awareness is such a powerful skill. And from what I've seen, it is the difference between making your goals real or missing the mark. We live in an extremely on the go society, and distraction has become our new norm. And as a result, many people make poor choices when it comes to the foods they put in their bodies, ignore the people they love the most, and struggle with productivity. So, my challenge for you is to be extremely aware during this holiday season of the following: the foods and drinks you put in your body, the time you allocate to be with your family, the money you spend, the attitude that shows up when traveling, the amount of physical activity, and the people that you interact with. Your goal should be to ask yourself questions as you engage in any of the above activities. For example, if you're about to consume a variety of sugary treats or an unhealthy meal, ask yourself a series of questions. How does this decision serve me? Will it get me closer to my ideal holiday season? Is there a better choice I can make that will help me achieve my goal? As human beings, we're often extremely impulsive with our decisions, especially when given a variety of options to choose from, which is why the holidays are often difficult for most. If we give ourselves the permission to think even for a few seconds prior to acting, our choices will be more aligned with our vision for creating an ideal holiday season. Another example would be if you're spending time with family. Ask yourself a series of questions. Am I showing up as the character I want to be in this situation? Will I be proud of the way I acted during this event? What can I do to be the best version of myself regardless of the circumstances? Self awareness is not easy, but it becomes simpler when you're clear on your desired outcome. So, my question for you is: in what area of your life will you be more aware of during the holidays? All right, the next few posts are going to focus on ways to take control of your diet during the holidays. I'm sure you've heard this before, but food is fuel. And even if you allow yourself to indulge during this time of year, the fundamentals are really important. You can control when you eat, so avoid any food at least 3 hours before going to bed. Also, don't skip meals. Depending on your goals, your and your activity level, you should be getting 2 to 4 meals each day. Chew your food really well. Fill your plate one time and make sure it's colorful. Consume at least 5 to 6 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. And finally, and most importantly, say no to gravy. Another really great strategy that I've seen help people is to stock your freezer with healthy meals. Everyone is busy during this time of year with shopping, decorating, traveling, etc. And we typically grab something on the go, which is almost never healthy. But if you plan ahead and either prepare foods that are in your refrigerator or have a variety of options that have been frozen, it makes it much easier to ensure you're giving your body what it truly needs. If you're going to attend a holiday party with a dinner buffet of goodies, it's important to proclaim this before it takes place and say, I, state your name, will not be defeated by the buffet. This is such an important tip because overconsumption takes place when there are too many options and you want to try everything. The easiest way to avoid the buffet blues is to take a smaller plate than everyone else. This way, you can still attempt to try everything, but the real estate for calories will be much smaller, so the portion will be controlled. And if there happens not to be a smaller plate, just ask for one. Everyone has smaller plates. All right, very important rule, and trust me, I know this from experience. Please, please, please do not starve yourself in anticipation of a monster meal. Many people often avoid breakfast and lunch during the holiday season because they know they will make up for it at dinner. And then what happens is dreaded overconsumption by means of starvation. Prior to leaving your home or having people come over, force yourself to consume at least 2 nutritious meals and one snack so that your stomach will be at least 50% full during the main event. If you're going to an event or bringing something, I always recommend contributing a food choice that is healthy and enjoyable for you. This will guarantee that at least one item at the party will meet your needs and keep you on track. I also want you to realize that the holidays will probably lead to somewhat out of control behavior. Maybe you will splurge slightly, get out of your routine for a bit, and even eat some foods you know are wrong. But the key is to avoid becoming victimized by your temptations. This means do not, and I repeat, do not have any tempting foods in your home. Be extra clean and strict outside of the holiday parties because this will help neutralize some behaviors that you might not be so proud of. This is an obvious strategy, but one that I must include because far too many people fall victim to liquid calories. Whether this is eggnog, wine, beer, sugary drinks, you should completely avoid liquid calories during the holiday season. The strategy is to stick with water and add some fruit to the water if you want to enhance the flavor. For example, adding cranberries and a pinch of cinnamon will make deliciously festive water. People often spend more time focusing on what they put in their mouth than what comes out of their mouth by means of conversation. The key to controlling yourself during the holiday is to become distracted by something other than highly caloric items. Spend time playing games, telling stories, singing, dancing, and having fun. The more time you spend doing something outside of eating, the easier it will be to avoid another unhealthy holiday season. I always tell people to start a new tradition each year. What household doesn't have a mountain of snapshots that need to be sorted? Organizing this clutter will be stress relief in itself. But you also will get an emotional lift when you glimpse the photos again. Plus, this is the perfect gift for the people you care about, the opportunity to revisit memories altogether. Also, feel free to play a new family game, go on a family hike, do an art project, sing songs, dance around the house, etc. Holidays are intended to create new traditions, so use this time wisely because when looking back, you will be overjoyed with the memories that you captured. So I have a little challenge for you also. When you're at those holiday parties, have at least a 10-minute conversation with 5 people before you take your first bite of food. So it might be inevitable that you are going to eat more, but why does this mean that you are going to move less? Outside of overconsumption during the holidays, people also tend to skip their daily fitness routine. There is no reason that everything needs to fall apart during the last leg of the race. I encourage you to exercise for at least 30 minutes, 4 times each week during the holiday season. And don't be afraid to get creative with movement. Have a dance competition with your family. Cut down your own holiday tree. Get a partner and schedule your workouts into your calendar in permanent marker. Park as far as possible from the mall, so you have to walk. Perform 5 minutes of interval exercises such as push ups, jumping jacks, running in place, and crunches. Walk at a steady pace whenever shopping. Play games with the kids in your family because, well, they're always filled with energy. And wear a pedometer or download a smartphone app and try to walk 10,000 steps each day. Or sign up for a holiday race. I know for many people, the holidays are so go, go, go that the day is over before you know it, and you feel like nothing has been accomplished. Therefore, I encourage scheduling calm down breaks when you wake up each morning. There is no time more peaceful than the first few minutes when your eyes open. And my goal for you is that you keep this sacred moment filled with calmness. Don't look at your to do list. Don't check your email. Don't make a phone call. Don't jump out of bed. Simply take the first 5 to 10 minutes of each day and keep these reserved for yourself. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Imagine yourself in a beautiful place. Think of a happy memory or visualize yourself succeeding at a cherished goal. And I promise this will transform your day if you make it a ritual. Also, keep in mind that you can take 1 to 5 minute long relaxation breaks to calm yourself down at any point during the day. A few moments of conscious, slow breathing can help you when you're feeling frustrated during the holiday season and beyond. And one of the best ways to stay calm, content, and cheerful this time of year is to act generously with your loved ones, colleagues, and friends. This does not mean you need to spend a ton of money or do outlandish things, but the act of giving is the most rewarding experience you can create for yourself. Whether this means giving your time, giving a small gift, writing a note, or expressing gratitude. You can define generosity however it is best for you. But during this holiday season, make a commitment to experience the gift of helping the people you care about most. This is the ultimate solution to creating a stress free holiday. As Anne Frank so eloquently said, no one has ever become poor by giving. All right. And I have some resources that are down in the description below for some healthy holiday recipes. And I have not prepared all of them. So if you end up using any of these, please let me know how they turn out. So I want to empower you to take action this year because you deserve to thrive. Taking control of your food, movement, and stress is within reach. And the 20 plus ideas I've gone over today will help guide you during this time of year. Yes, the holidays will be stressful. Yes, you will be exposed to tons of food. Yes, you might need to spend time with people you don't enjoy. And yes, traveling will be exhausting. But this year will be different because you're prepared to put your health first. Prove to yourself you can do it and watch what happens to all the goals you set in your life. I know you have what it takes to make this holiday season different, and I'm excited to be part of the experience. So, how are you feeling right now? I hope that you are feeling motivated, inspired, informed, and not too overwhelmed. Positive, proactive feelings of motivation and inspiration will serve as the energy you need to propel forward, take on these healthy holiday habits, and dramatically improve your quality of life. The holidays are notoriously busy for all, and I hope that this webinar served as a helpful and educational experience for you. So if you're in need of any additional guidance or support, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I want to just extend my sincere appreciation and gratitude towards you for taking time to view this webinar. And as I said in the beginning, helping people achieve and maintain health during the holiday season is very near and dear to my heart. And it was nothing short of an honor to be able to spend this time with you. So I invite you to connect with me on on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Living Soul Journey. Also, feel free to visit my website, livingsouljourney.com. And if you have any questions about the information that I shared in the webinar today, or if you're in need of any additional guidance, feel free to send me an email at johnhester@livingsouljourney.com. So I want to thank you for taking time to view this webinar. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.